Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on.
So I've gone with 2 more offensive players in front of that group because I want 5 players in front of my team that are going to create and score some goals. So what I've gone for is I've gone for Odegaard and Phil Foden.
Oh. Can we just have a think for a second how good this team actually would be?
Look at that midfield.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Odegaard.
I'm still not sure that this would be a Man City team, you know.
Oh, wow.
I still don't know, you know.
But I always think that these players that we're talking, all these players that we're mentioning, and even the guys that we're mentioning that we're not putting in our teams, they're at the top of the tree. And I just think, even though I'm playing 4-3-3, I know if I wanted just to tweak it, I could get Odegaard to sit in there at the side of Rodri, put Foden into 10 and just be fluid in that action.
Yeah.
And I think we've got the dream team. And I think them two sat in front of Rodri, getting in the pockets and getting on the ball. They can carry the ball. They can see the passes. We haven't even got onto me 2 wide players that are going to create havoc for me. Look, I think Foden won the Player of the Year in the league and has been a phenomenon. Standout performer. He's won the Premier League title 6 times. He's 24.
I think he's 23, isn't he?
Is he 23?
He's 24 next week,
24
I
next
think.
week.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Sickening is what it is.
And what he does for that team, and you think about the spending power, the talent that they have, he's number one on the sheet.
As football changed a little bit, right? So for me now, it seems like there's a striker who is very, very rare nowadays. There's only a few of them kicking about in the Premier League, really, isn't you? You're like your Erling Haaland or even like a Harry Kane, yeah?
A proper number 9.
A proper number 9. And then you have forward players. Yeah. And even in that, which is supposed to be sort of like a midfield 3, Odegaard and Foden, they're forward players. Yeah, it seems to me now that is the done thing, isn't it? You have forward players who can rotate all across that front line, from left to right, coming inside, going outside.
Well, look at Foden.
They can do everything.
He could play across the front line as a 10.
He's played as false 9.
when that's what I mean. That is what it is now.
It's
isn't
crazy,
it?
yeah. And look, I think they've been 2 standout players in the league. And if De Bruyne, the stats already tell you he's up there, and he's only played half the games, De Bruyne would normally always be in my team. But I think Odegaard, as the Arsenal captain and driving them so close, has deserved his opportunity because he's been more consistent and he's been available to play the game.
There's going to be players, right, that won't be in this team today that are the best players in the league, yeah? That are the best players, but they haven't had the best season.
Yeah.
Okay? There's going to be players, Kevin De Bruyne, you mentioned there, he is probably the best midfielder in the Premier League, right? But he's not going to make it because he hasn't had the games under his belt because he's been injured. It's as simple as that. So you have to go for the players who deserve to be in it.
So, Fozzie, you've actually got a number 10, haven't you?
Yeah, so it's 4-2-3-1. So the 3 part of it. I'm onto my 3 part of it now. And it's I think there's so many players that can fit into these positions, but there's definitely been 3 standout ones, okay? I'm just going to name them off straight off the bat, all right? Phil Foden, been the player of the year. He has to go in everybody's team. Cole Palmer, he has been a revelation this season. He's my number 10. He has been a revelation, genuinely. And Martin Odegaard, I agree with you, Watto. When you say 4-3-3 and you look at the positions that are in, Phil Foden on the left, Cole Palmer in the middle, and Odegaard on the right, they all move about. They do. They interchange. They come inside. They go outside. They all go everywhere. So that's how it's going to look on paper on the formation. But I know that them 3, basically, it's like you chuck the ball to them, go, right, go on, lads, just do it, yeah? It's as simple as that, just do it.
Yeah, I mean, what will be interesting is England in the summer, won't it? You've got Saka, Foden, Palmer.
It's just Bellingham. Rashford still wants to get a shout in there.
Who's going to play?
I think we all know who's going to play. It's going to be Saka. It's going to be Phil Foden. And it's going to be, I don't know who.
Well, it will be if Bellingham plays deep, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be Bellingham, for sure. Of course it is. But then you're talking about leaving Cole Palmer out, which is just, again, that guy. I watch him on the pitch and do you know what? He's actually quite similar in a way to Phil Foden. His kind of like demeanour The way that he doesn't, it's like he don't realise that there's 60,000 people in the stadium. He don't realise that this is on telly, beamed to a billion people worldwide. They just see it as a game of football, and they could be either playing on the street outside their council house in Manchester, or they could be doing it on the biggest stage in the world, and nothing seems to faze them.
No,
that's why I love watching them.
I just hope that Southgate goes with the form players.
What Cole Palmer, right? As far as breakthrough seasons go, right? This has to be up there, right?
Yeah, he's been the man. It's not a cheap option, is it? 50 million quid, but it's a steal. It's a steal. Yeah, he's more than doubled in value. He's played 34 games and scored 22 goals and had 11 assists.
Ridiculous.
And that's his first real season. He's been the main man for that team.
You're talking Eden Hazard numbers there. They're Eden Hazard numbers for Chelsea. They are, and he's beating them.
Yeah,
he's getting better than what Eden Hazard used to do,
and he's only going to get better.
It's.
I don't think we're going to see the drop off the cliff like we did with Hazard.
No,
one season in the Premier League, gets his move. Never really heard of him again.
Hazard enjoyed his food too much. That's what it was.
What do you think to those that will say he scored loads of penalties?
Brilliant. Have you seen him take a penalty? Absolute bothered as well. Just puts it in the back of the net. Simple as that. It's, again, the eye test, though. You watch him. He's aggressive. He's front-footed. He's positive. He wants the ball. He's always looking to get the ball.
He's just got that little bit of magic.
And a little bit of dirtiness as well.
Yeah.
It's that little bit of devilment.
Devil,
I really like.
Devil. And quickly again on Odegaard, we've got to talk about Odegaard. Just, I think within football circles, everybody... If you mention the name Martin Odegaard, everybody just says, "Oh, what a player! Lovely." He is. He's one of. He glides with the ball.
Do you know one stat you can't put a stat on, right? So I'm the stat man, but you can't put a stat on. Is the way he moves his body.
That's beautiful.
The way he shifts his body to lose his man and create space.
He's so aware.
There's no one better than him.
His awareness is phenomenal. Like people talk about scanning and moving the head left to right to see what's around him and using your body in tight little situations. He is the king of it. And then when he gets the ball, pure quality. He's just lovely to watch. He is. Yeah. He's so important for Arsenal. So important for Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've done Fozzie's number 10.
I've got my front three, so I just need my forward. I have got my centre forward to go, and that's it.
Okay, so you've got Cole Palmer in at 10.
Cole Palmer in at 10. I've got Phil Foden on the left and Martin Odegaard on the right. Again, though, that's not such a structured, fixed thing. They all do move. Watto, I need to hear your front three then.
Yeah, well, my two wide players...
Yeah, give me your wide players. I don't want your centre forward yet, all right? Because I'm going to give you mine in a minute and we'll do them at the end, all right?
Mate. Do you still think you're going to be able to compete with this team?
Do you know what? I can't complain with anything you've said so far. I can't complain with your team. I think it's phenomenal.
Perfect.
This is the beauty of it.
So, on the right side, I've got two choices. I will go in for Palmer or Salah.
Yeah.
Both of them on the left foot, coming inside, linking the play, whipping balls in, or normally whipping balls into the back of the net. Yeah. I just think Palmer this season, you've just explained it, his appearances, his goals, his assists, I think he's been phenomenal. I think he could play anywhere along that front line in the team I've got. I just don't think Salah's quite at his heights this year on that left side for Liverpool, and that's maybe one of the reasons why they've fallen a little bit short. But Palmer has to be on my team. I had a decision to make on which side I play him. Yeah. I wanted to play the inverted wingers, so I've put him on the right, Cole Palmer coming in on his left foot.
Yeah.
You come to the opposite side, I'd gone for two choices again. I'd got Saka or Gordon. I think both of them have had standout seasons for both the teams for different reasons. I think Gordon more than showed why Newcastle paid the money in the summer, and for a first season at a bigger club than Everton, it is in truth to say it, because they've struggled over the last 4 or 5 years. Newcastle are trying to get towards that Champions League again. I think he's been a standout signing for him. He just quite hasn't done enough. I think Saka coming in on his right foot in that side, he's got the skill 1v1. He can come inside and link up the play. Again, goals, assists. I think I've got a really, really attacking four just sat in front of Rodri, and I've got one to go, which will just obviously win the day.
See, this is where I think my team wins.
Come on,
Saka on the left-hand side and Palmer on the right-hand side. This is where my team, the boys speak for themselves, yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.